What's up everybody and welcome back to another video. So we have some absolute bottom tier news for the sci-fi community. Amazon has officially pulled the plug on the brand new Stargate continuation series that was in active development behind the scenes. Now, this wasn't just a loose pitch. A full 20-week writer's room, you heard that right, 20-week writer's room had already completed its work. And the project was actively in pre-production in the UK, ramping up to roll cameras. But instead of letting the team retool, Amazon issued a hard cancellation, firing the entire staff. Now, the most frustrating part about all of this is the team that was behind the lore was a collection of franchise veterans who worked on Stargate SG-1, Atlantis, and Universe. Today we're going to be breaking down why the official corporate excuse is total garbage. But before we do, like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more videos like this. Now let's jump into it. So when the news officially leaked, corporate insiders immediately tried to manage the fallout. Sources at Variety claimed Amazon's leadership axed the project because franchise veteran Martin Garrow's version was too lore heavy and wouldn't have a broad appeal beyond the core existing fan base. Bullshit! Longtime Stargate producer Joseph Malozzi immediately took to X to dispute Amazon's narrative, stating, nope, sorry, we're gonna have to push back on this. We were ever mindful of creating a show that would have had a broad appeal. The plan was never to force newcomers to watch 350 legacy episodes of television. The script was precisely engineered to act as a dual jumping on point, completely accessible for modern audiences on episode 1 while strictly honoring the existing canon. The too much lore excuse is simply a corporate shield to hide what was happening on the executive floor. Now, if you want to know the real reason Stargate was executed, you have to look at the massive regime change inside Amazon MGM Studios. The Hollywood trades confirm this project is a direct casualty of corporate musical chairs. The continuation series was originally championed and greenlit by a specific group of executives, including Nick Pepper and Matt King. But shortly after it was picked up, those same executives left the company. Enter the new guard, Peter Friedlander and his lieutenant, Brett Freder, who took over as head of world building. Now, this is the #1 killer of high-profile television projects. When new execs step into the studio, they rarely want to inherit a project greenlit by their predecessors. If the show succeeds, the execs who left get the credit. But if it fails, the new execs take the blame. By completely axing Garrow's version instead of giving standard script notes, the new regime can wipe the slate clean and shield themselves from financial risk, and clear the room for something they can stamp their own names on. So where does Stargate go from here? Well, because Amazon MGM owns the absolute rights to the IP, the creative team cannot simply pack up their scripts and pitch the show to another streamer. According to Deadline, Amazon's current strategy is to completely reset the clock back to zero. They intend to revisit the franchise down the line with a completely different creative team, specifically looking for a new showrunner with zero history in the franchise to deliver a fresh perspective. Probably the worst idea they can ever do. So in plain English, we're getting a completely traditional, sanitized corporate reboot that completely severs ties with Stargate SG-1, Atlantis, and Stargate Universe. Now, this news has drawn immense backlash from the legacy actors. Core cast members like Michael Shanks, David Hewlett, and Christopher Judge had actively expressed their desire to return to the universe. Shanks publicly backed outrage on X, disputing Amazon's reasoning. By enforcing a hard reboot, Amazon is intentionally alienating the very actors who built the $7 billion IP in the first place. Basically, Amazon systematically shanked a dedicated creative team to play corporate studio politics, and now the Stargate franchise is locked in limbo for at least the next 2 or 3 years. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think? Are you completely done with Amazon's handling of sci-fi, or do you think a fresh new start is what's needed for Stargate? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.